Welcome! In this explainer, we're going to journey into the heart of a truly beautiful poem called Murshid Ki Kalam Se, which means from the master's pen. Now, this isn't just poetry. Think of it more like a spiritual roadmap filled with profound wisdom. So let's get right into it.
So this incredible piece is by the poet Pawan Raj Singh. And it's set up as a conversation, you know? It's a series of lessons from a spiritual master, a murshid, to their student. It's basically a masterclass in Sufi wisdom, all wrapped up in these powerful verses.
All right, so the poem kicks off with the Murshid's very first instruction. And listen, it's not some gentle welcome. It's a really stark, honest warning about the difficult journey the seeker is just about to start.
The master starts by saying, "Jate jate tu sun ja hamara ye bayan, tang hai raaste ilm ke ho jayegi thakan." He's basically saying, listen to me as you go. The paths of ilm, we're talking true deep knowledge here, they are narrow. You will get tired. This isn't meant to scare the seeker off, but to prepare them, to let them know that this path demands some serious stamina and commitment.
Okay, so with the stage set, the Murshid wastes no time. He immediately goes after the single biggest obstacle on pretty much any spiritual path, the seeker's own ego. And he asks this just piercing question. Tu ek bazu par itra to raha hai Shaheen. Tu ye bata, is haal mein mumkin hai udan? He compares the seeker to a Shaheen, a majestic falcon, and says, you're so proud of your one wing, O falcon, but tell me, is flight even possible in this state? Wow. The Murshid sees that the seeker's pride in what they think they already know is the very thing holding them back. It makes flight impossible. And you know, the choice of the Shaheen, the falcon, is so deliberate here. In Sufi poetry, the falcon is this amazing symbol of the highest ambitions, the sharpest spiritual vision. It really embodies the soul's potential. But it also represents a solitary pride that, if you don't keep it in check, can ground even the most powerful being. So after tackling that internal battle with pride, the Murshid now shifts our gaze outward towards the illusions of the material world and, all the things we get attached to. He says, "Dीवारें बुलंद ज़मीं पे कर इतराते हैं जो ज़मीन के नीचे ही बनेगा उनका मकान," which means those who boast of their high walls on this earth, their final home will be made beneath the earth. It's such a powerful, humbling reminder of mortality, isn't it? All those high walls, our status, our wealth, our influence, they're all just temporary illusions in the end. And this just lays it out so perfectly, right? On one hand, you have all this effort we put into building these castles of worldly pride. And on the other, the ultimate reality. Our final destination is exactly the same for everyone. It's the great equalizer, a truth that just cuts right through all of our earthly ambitions. You see, this is where the Murshid's role as a protector really comes through. His job is to guide the seeker away from that temptation, to build these false walls of pride and corruption, helping to preserve the soul's innocence for the real journey that lies ahead. This next part, for me, this is the emotional heart of the entire poem. The Murshid is about to completely reframe how the seeker and how we understand our own pain and suffering. Just listen to this beautiful couplet. "ये तेरा गम तो 4 ही दिन का है जानो, उसके हिज्र में रोता है सारा किनान." He's saying this sorrow of yours is only for a few days, my dear. But in separation from the divine, the entire world weeps. He doesn't dismiss the seeker's pain at all. He just places it in this much, much larger cosmic context. And what's so powerful here is how he starts. He validates the pain. He calls the seeker John, which means my dear or my life. He sees the grief is real. But then he so gently puts it into perspective. Your sorrow feels like everything right now, but it's temporary. And this is where we get to the core Sufi concept of hijj. Now, this isn't just about missing a person. In Sufi philosophy, hijj is the fundamental sorrow of existence itself. It's that deep, constant ache of the soul, longing to reunite with the divine source that it was separated from at birth. In that one idea, well, it completely flips the script on suffering, doesn't it? Suddenly, the seeker's personal pain isn't some isolating thing. It's a small, temporary echo of a much bigger, infinite sorrow that actually connects all of us, all of creation. It's a way of saying, you are not alone in this feeling of separation. And that brings us to the final lesson. This isn't another warning, though.
This is a powerful instruction on what you're supposed to do with all this understanding, with all this profound feeling. Here's where it gets really interesting. The master turns and speaks directly to the poet himself, Pawan Raj Singh, saying, Raj, rak kyun nahi deta tu apni kalam? Diwanagi mein diwanon ne likhe hain diwan. Raj, why are you holding your pen back? It is in their divine madness that the mad ones have written entire collections. He's pushing the poet, and by extension, the seeker, to stop hesitating and just channel all that passion into creation.
And this gives us our final amazing concept, diwangi. Now, in Sufism, this is not insanity, it's a divine madness. It's a state where your love for the divine is so intense, so all-consuming, that it just shatters the rules of ordinary logic and overflows into creativity, into art, and into poetry.
And that's the final challenge that the Murshid leaves us with. After you've wrestled with your ego, understood the illusion of the material world, and connected your own sorrow to a universal longing, what's left to do? The answer is to create. So the poem leaves us with this question for ourselves. If you were to pick up the pen of divine madness, what truth would you be brave enough to write?